if he see he love the wife, he go still continue the love at the beginning.
Okay. Any other different question? That one has been answered. Yes. Another person here with a man. I want another person. Ade could be spear.
1, 2. Okay. Uncle Ade, you can go back now.
Ade, you there on this side. Yes.
Praise the Lord. I just want to ask, what are the things are we to look for when looking for a good wife?
Okay. You are not here last week. Okay. Yes, sir. What should we look for?
Last week, one thing that came out strongly is the fact that you don't necessarily look at how she looks, but the primary thing, you listen, sir? Yes, sir. The primary thing is you should ask, is it God's will? And that you arrive at the conclusion with much prayer. And of course, your eyes must be open. You're able to examine the person, interact with the person. And God, who is able to reveal the secret things, will be able to reveal who that person is to you. I think that's the bottom line. Some people then now can get other standards. Some man, for instance, will say, I want my way lamb book. My way get this kind of physical look. But all of those things are secondary to it being the will of God. Now that day I want to submit.
Okay. Yes.
If I just want to know if all Christian married, we.
Please.
Say if all Christian married, we be blessed by a man of God now of God. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. If yes, why some they scatter? Wow. Mr. Sandina, critical question.
I like that.
Now, if all Christian marry, will a man of God be blessed? Okay. The answer for me now, no. Not to all. Because somebody can marry out of the will of God. So a married when of God, not a way person bless him. A marriage that is of God is one that is in the will of God. You understand me? When the two people now God in will for each other, then that is of God. The fact that a man of God blesses it does not make it of God. Number two, a marriage can be of God, but yet it can broke. Because the partners involved, either both of them or one of them, not committed to the marriage the way God wants them. Marriages then they will not start very fine. They were of God. It started well. Imagine somebody divorcing a wife after 32 years of marriage. So you wonder, what is that man looking for? You've been married for 32 years, and then you just woke up one morning and said, this woman is not of God. So after 32 years, God can't speak again. And then eventually the person ended up marrying a few months later.
What guarantee
yes.
do you have that the one you are going to get married
is of God? So the truth is, it should first be of God before you seek the blessing. In fact, the blessing is in the fact that it was God that gave each other to you. Now they the blessing day first. When it is God, then now they the blessing day. The man of God is just putting a seal to heaven's approval. That's what we do.
Thank you very much. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, please send your question or make your contribution. Yes.
Yes, I want to ask a question. When I don't married now, when I trust God for Pekin, then Pekin not come, then tension begin for rising at the home. How for handle that situation there?
Now,
I'll miss answer.
Okay. The first thing I think say every couple for do before marriage, therefore discuss the possibilities that might exist in that marriage. One of them is you might not have children. Number two, you might not become as wealthy or rich as you might want to be. Number three, you might not be able to accomplish all of your goals. But if I say, notwithstanding these things, you must be committed to keeping that marriage. Me and my wife, we discussed, we spoke, we were friends, and we discussed all of them things then day. Of course, we'll be sure, because we had been praying. Me were from school, they don't pray. That's in Pekin, and God go bless them with children. But if peradventure, heaven chooses not to give you in the wisdom of God, what do? Do you fight? So I think say before marriage, now some of them questions have for don't be answered. But if it happens in the marriage, picking not only that the number one reason one are for marry for. On a marry for fulfill purpose. And part of that purpose might not be having children. Part of that purpose might be having children that will impact their world. But part of that purpose might be God say, well, I'll not give you. I've seen men of God who pray for people, but they not get picking. That does not mean they are not men of God. But possibly God not give them picking because He want keep them in a way for do concentrate on the work. I know people like that. I've interacted with some of them. So in the wisdom of God,